Oh, here we go. I want to hear what you feel about Papa Gut's recent commentary on the re-upload. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I guess we'll talk about it since it was asked of... There we go. This will be a very interesting one.
Commentary on your re-upload, and I want to hear how you feel about Papa Gut's recent commentary on your re-upload and Mama Guts as well. Okay. So I watched a little bit of his re-upload. I did not watch the whole thing. And I did send him a DM and I said it's fine that his opinions have changed. The stuff that I watched.
Yeah, so okay. Well, that's not true. Okay, yeah, I guess it is. Here we go. Let's see. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just re-uploading. Thank you for checking on me. I'm fine now. I just got really overwhelmed, but I'm ignoring the outside noise and moving forward. I just watched some of the videos you just uploaded, and I respect that your opinion has changed on some things, and we appreciate the feedback, appreciate the feedback. I just want to thank you for everything you did. I respect you as a person, as a fellow content creator, respect your opinion. I also greatly appreciate you getting my channel the attention you did, and I responded with some other shit. No worries, I'm happy you're doing better. I think the video is solid, and I'm hoping the criticism didn't come off too strong. I'm just excited to see where you put the next video. I'm also nice to see you back. Would be a shame if your toxic people bullied you off of YouTube. Blah, 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 blah. So niceties in the comments.
The opinion changed. And it was the opinion changed. And it was just like a completely different vibe than the first upload. And I respect his changed opinion. You know, if that's how he wants to feel about it, that's fine. I'm not gonna, you know, I respect everybody's opinions and all that stuff.
I mean, I fundamentally don't respect everybody's opinions. I wouldn't say that. Not everybody's opinions deserve to be respected.
The thing that I don't like is when people say stuff I didn't say, because I saw some screenshots because people were sending me stuff when it was all happening. I don't understand why, because I never said in the video that Mr. R was a great guy and the town was safe, and that was the reason.
Okay. So we need to talk about something, and this is something that frustrates me a lot from a lot of people are saying, because people are saying that I did a 180. And it's annoying. And the reason it's annoying is because it's not true. I need you guys to understand that I have like 4 videos where I've had the consistent criticism that it can be very invalidating. This is from my original reaction to the first upload to the Petty Page video I did. All right. The Petty Page's criticism was like, oh, she's using generally invalidating rhetoric as well. I had the same opinion the entire time. I was like, yeah, she is. Realistically speaking, I didn't really change an opinion on anything. I constantly have been consistent saying, listen, when you go on about how good of a person can be, she made a comment about how if this was happening for so long, it would have been caught. She talked about how safe the area was. So it's like, oh, there couldn't have been, how could it happen? What's the odds that it happened 3 times and we didn't know about it? These statements are generally invalidating to sexual assault survivors. Now, I'm sure some sexual assault survivors would say, no, it doesn't invalidate me. You don't represent everybody, okay? Listening to sexual assault survivors is about listening to different people with different experiences. And the thing that people don't understand is that this is what sexual assault culture looks like, right? It doesn't look like people who like rapists saying rape is good. It's people who talk about topics and they're not understanding how it can be invalidating. That is the fundamentals of sexual assault culture. And the reason that I was harder in the second re-upload is because she doubled down on it. She doubled down on it. Doubled down on it? That was better. And it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. That's what it kind of comes down to. And I, you know, people want to act like it's a tone change, but it's not. I mean, it's a tone change because I was frustrated about it, but it's not a 180. I've been consistent. The problem is that a lot of people are so caught up in hating Trisha that you missed it the first 3 times I talked about it. Just people in general, because you're looking for somebody to double down on your confirmation bias and how much you hate Trisha. If you want that, find a T channel. Do that. I've never just said what people want to hear. And you guys had a meltdown and you kept using the same 180 remark because most of you didn't finish the video. I have the analytics, and that's fine. But when you don't watch a video all the way through as a commentary, you don't really get to provide commentary on like a particular video. It's a serious topic. I've been consistent in this multiple times. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like, a lot of people just want to keep saying like, no, that's wrong. This is wrong. That's wrong. No, it's not. I talk about sexual assault and abuse situations constantly on my channel. It is the core of my content. My biggest videos are talking about sexual predators. That's what I talk about. That's what I'm usually very passionate about because it's something that means a lot to me. It's very frustrating, and it's very frustrating as somebody who has people that they care about, who where you're in a position where you can't do anything about it. And this is one of those things that's so frustrating. When you listen to the experience of somebody who tells you, like, you know, everything going on, you love them very much, your first reaction is to get angry. And that anger can oftentimes distract the person expressing it to you from actually being able to safely express it to you because you unintentionally personalize it so much and get so upset and frustrated. So this is my way of trying to curb this. This is why I'm so passionate about it, because this is the only thing that I can do is educate people on the nuances of sexual assault culture the best I can, and that's something that means a lot to me. And it's very frustrating, and I did react negatively in those comments because it's very frustrating when people are invalidating sexual assault survivors, even if it's not all of them, they're still invalidating people. And I know that people look at it and say, well, Trisha's doing the same thing because she's lied about some of her sexual assault. You're right. And so it's a delicate balance to play between calling Trisha out for being a bad person for lying about some of her sexual assault, because I believe that some of them are true, we just don't know what, versus also calling out toxic rhetoric that can be generally applicable to diminishing the experiences of some sexual assault survivors. And right now what's happening, and I need you guys to understand fully and understand this, is, and like I understand this because I've been in this situation, is that the toxicity from fans is getting so bad, you're driving a wedge between myself and Mysterious T. It's like that's kind of your thing, is you're trying to pit people against each other, and you're hurting the conversation when it comes to this. You could have simply listened to it, said, I don't know if I agree with that, and moved on, but a lot of you guys are having a meltdown because you camp people. You camp people. It's like it has to be this person versus this person. And you don't listen. You don't listen to other people that are talking. You don't have genuine conversations. It becomes very brain dead. And it's very, very frustrating. My point of my video is that this is a very frustrating thing that's happening. I'm trying to educate people on sexual assault culture. I didn't like doubling down. It frustrated me. It doesn't make me hate this person. I'm very respectful to them. They did a phenomenal job. Even in the video with Mama Gut, she was like, I didn't like that she doubled down on it, but she did an incredible amount of work. And people just didn't listen to it. And that's really what's going on. And I know in the chat right now, people are just spamming and talking about like, Papa Gut's just an asshole, this, that, and the other thing. I don't know what you want me to say. That's really what it comes down to. Even now, as I'm talking, people are just, the fact that I have Mysterious T's stream on my page and I'm speaking in a way that doesn't agree with her, to these people means that I hate her and I'm trying to invalidate her existence. And that's shitty. I think that's a very shitty thing to do. Somebody came in and said, why are you trying to defend Trisha Paytas? And this is what I'm talking about. You have people that are very ignorant, who don't really understand anything, who don't listen, they don't want to listen. They're here for brain dead content. And that's why they like T channels. I'm sorry that that's rude. I'm not talking about Mysterious T because I don't really consider her a T channel, but like people, that's what it comes down to. You know, you can't. It's like you can't make a nuanced take about a topic. Sexual assault's very serious. It's a very nuanced topic that needs to have like a very special attention on it, so we can educate people. And this is what happens. People, not Mysterious T, the viewers are viewing this through a lens of drama, and they're ruining the conversation about like sexual assault culture. And it's very frustrating. And that's one of the problems. That's one of the problems there. I'll talk to her just fine. If she wants to talk through something, she can reach out to me. That's totally fine. But I'm reading the comments in her chat, and I guarantee you that she's getting upset because people are interpreting what I'm saying in an incorrect way. Um, yeah, no. It's just sad. You know.
The reason for the whole thing. And case closed. You know, I never said that. And Petty Page twisted my words, and she said the same thing. And I don't understand why people are focusing so much on those two things in the video. I left them in there because I felt they were an important part of the whole story.
That's the thing, is that they weren't important. She had so much other good factual information that additional information just hurt it. It just hurt it. That's my perspective. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it.
And I wasn't going to remove it just because Petty Page made a video. I don't know why it's being focused on so much, because there's like, I have 4 hours of content.
I just feel like it doesn't really matter how much content's in there. It's still in there. It's still a frustrating part of it. And again, I even defended Mr. C with the Petty Page thing. I have a whole thing on it. You can go look at it. It's like a podcast. So me and Mama Gut, we defended the fuck out of Mr. C, but we still focused on that generally invalidating rhetoric that was used and how it frustrated us. Like, it's just the reality of it.
Total. Pretty much pertaining to this situation. And I probably talked about like the teacher and his background for 5 minutes. And I talked about the town for 5 minutes of that. And I stated over and over and over again in the video. I even added a section in the video talking about why I put the teacher's background in there and why I was talking about the statistics. So I just don't like when people say stuff I didn't say.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm not misinterpreting your words. In order for me to misinterpret your words, I'd have to like intentionally want to come after you. But that's not what I'm trying to do. Like, it was invalidating rhetoric. And it came from a place of trying to call Trisha out. But you have to understand the implications of words that you use like that. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to express here. Yeah.
And that's when it creates so much like misinformation. That's the thing that I had a problem with. I don't care if he changed his opinions. It's fine.
But I didn't change I've been consistent with this opinion. That's the problem.
Respect his opinions. If that's how he feels about the video now, that's fine. I just don't like it when people say stuff I didn't say, because I never said that in the video. So I respect Papa Gut. He really helped the series, and I really appreciate everything that he did a great deal. And that's pretty much how I feel about it. I mean, it is what it is.
What's so low for me? I'm very confused. A lot of these fans are very toxic here. Somebody in the chat said, "Get a grip. I'm a victim, and her videos weren't even that bad." That's my point. It's not every victim has the same experience and the same interpretation. And what you're saying is that, like, since you're a survivor, you're a monolith for all survivors, and that like you can do no wrong. But like, you have to understand something, is that like, you're not a monolith. There are different people across different identities who have different experiences with different things. I'm not misrepresenting anything. I'm representing my perspective on things. And I think it's an interesting point to say that you respect somebody, but then to basically disregard what they're saying as just misinformation. And somebody said there's a trigger warning. Don't watch the videos. Okay, you don't. So there's another point of education. You don't know what a trigger warning means then. A trigger warning is saying, hey, we're going to talk about a triggering topic, so, you know, be ready for it. So trigger warning, sexual assault. It doesn't excuse invalidating rhetoric. I don't, like, you can't be like, trigger warning, sexual assault, and then use invalidating like sexual assault, right? or you know, sexual assault apologist type rhetoric. You just guys have to understand what trigger warnings mean. Okay, so it's a charity stream. That's totally fine. I would have generally recommended not calling me out. I don't know why. I'm sorry, it's a charity stream. What is it a charity? Is it a charity stream for rain? Is that what it's a charity stream for? I'm just curious. Is that what the charity stream is about? Let me know as we watch more of this.
I really like Papa Gut. I really do. I like what's going on. I'm just kind of I was
He's not doing anything. Why are people? What is going on?
watch a video from Trisha like 6 months ago, and there's a big contradiction that
She's not bashing me. I didn't think that she was bashing me. I think that people are intentionally misrepresenting it.
that they
Oh.
kind of led me to. They were telling me to look at something else, and then when she started talking about it, I'll have to show you guys the whole thing. But yes, I seen that. I saw the stream. I'm gonna try to say saw more, but you guys gotta understand, I'm from a small little town. We don't have like the best English, but you know, best proper English, you know. So I do say stuff that is improper sometimes.
What I find very interesting is that there are people who keep jumping in here saying, "Why are you doing this?" And I ask, like, what's the charity for? And you guys aren't like telling me that. And I find it very interesting that you're more focused on like drumming up controversy. Somebody's talking about me live. Of course, I'm going to look at it. I'm curious, what's the charity? What is the charity for? Can you just tell me?
Times I can't help it.
It's rude as hell for you to stream her live. Why?
That's like the number 1 thing that gets on everybody's nerves is me saying "seen" instead of
Did you answer
saw.
my question? What is the charity?
You know.
You quite literally haven't said anything about the. Oh, it's for military kids who lost their parents or who have injured their. Oh, okay. Is that what it is? Is it Rain or is it military parents? Is it? Somebody said it was military parents. Now it's Rain.
Art so much. Yeah, she does a great job.
Oh, it's
great
2 different
job.
people. Okay. Here.
Ooh, I see what you guys are talking about with the OnlyFans stuff. Ugh. Live stream is why.
Papa Gut is reacting right now on Twitch and said you're lying. I didn't say that she's lying. I'm talking about different people have different. Bro, you guys are very aggressive with the way that you misrepresent shit. Dude, if you're going to jump in here and start, oh, that's you guys talking to my chat. Yeah, it's kind of sad that you guys are doing. I find it very sad that you guys are trying to. This is the problem, and this is maybe I'm wrong about this, but here's what I know. I know a lot of viewers of mine and Mysterious T are drama viewers, and I also know right now that a lot of people are looking. We're in a dry season, so people are looking to drum up controversy. So now you're trying to drum up controversy between me and Mysterious T over a very delicate conversation about like sexual assault, when very clearly Mysterious T is somebody who supports sexual assault survivors. It was just like it was a rhetorical thing. It wasn't like this huge thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you understand what I'm saying? I honestly don't want to talk to her right now because I know that she's getting frustrated and upset.
Why is he saying I'm lying?
See, this one talking about people like fucking misrepresenting everything. Let's see if you can watch them a little faster. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. People are drumming up the controversy.
Why? I don't understand. Why is he streaming when I'm streaming right now?
Well, I was streaming already. I mean, like, I've been streaming for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So
I have a screenshot right here of him saying it. What am I lying about? I don't understand.
See, you guys are getting riled up over nothing.
Like, I don't want to start a fight with them. Like, people asked me to comment on it. There's a whole video of him basically arguing every point that I made in the video. I think I have a right to comment on it if I want to comment on it. I don't understand.
Yeah, you do. I don't think I argued every point. Another thing I argued was the schizophrenia thing, which is very interesting to me because I remember the whole schizophrenia thing when I first watched it. I was like, yeah, Trisha's definitely. What's up, baby? Oh, I was like, you know, I think she's lying about schizophrenia. Talking to my fiance, which I know a lot of you guys don't like, she is a behavior specialist for adults with disabilities. And her perspective was, I think that based on her read of Trisha is just like so warped and ignorant that she actually thought she got the diagnosis. I thought that was a reasonable thing. And I was like, yeah, maybe that's true. She said that she didn't say she was a good guy. And he said, okay, so what you have to understand is the type of what she was saying about Mr. Raimi would build a good guy character. I know she wasn't explicitly saying that. This is one of those. This is like really hard to communicate. Let me see if I can communicate this the right way. This is a very hard thing to communicate because, okay, maybe we'll use Microsoft Paint for this. It's so hard to communicate this thing. I don't know how to do it properly. I'm going to try my best, okay? So this is the goal from this is Mysterious T's goal when it comes to Mr. R, we'll say, because I don't want to say the name. I know she doesn't want to call it out, okay? And she's trying to build this thing here of proving his innocence. right? So she's trying to prove that he's innocent here, right? So we'll do this. So this is like a line. So like these are the different things that you would use to build innocence. Like for instance, Trisha Paytas has a pattern of talking about people after they've passed away in a sense that she had some kind of interaction. Hugh Hefner, Michael Jackson, Robin Williams, excuse me, Mr. Rhyme. That's something that would generally invalidate Trisha, right? Because that's like, okay, she just says things about people who passed away. Then there is the information that she objectively lied about stuff. And there's other building information. But as you go up and you start talking about crime statistics, you're trying to reinforce this narrative that she's lying, which I believe, and she has a lot of factual evidence, right? So here's all your factual evidence. But then you throw in one or two sprinkles that are generally invalidating, and that shifts it into a little bit of a different sphere. Where if you cut these two out, this perfectly goes to Mr. Rhyme's innocent. But since you added these invalidating things, I feel that it hurts your message a little bit. Right? Again, the court of law thing, perfect. Where she said when she was 6, she went to a court of law. Obviously, your parent has to be there. The mother would have been there. She would have known. You know, like but then she says she never told her mother. These are really good examples of how Trisha's lying, and they build the perfect narrative to prove the innocence of Mr. R. But when you add these additional things in there, it starts to turn it into a little bit of a different thing. The framing and the shaping starts to get misconstrued. That's my point. So when I say that she's using invalidating rhetoric, I'm not saying she's intentionally trying to invalidate some sexual assault survivors. What I'm saying is that it comes off that way. And you should try to be more delicate when you do that. That's kind of like, that's the point that I'm trying to make. And it's a very important point that I'm trying to make. Exactly. Trisha said people look at Mr. R's arrest. That's perfect. That's what I'm saying. These are the things you focus on, but you get into a little bit more of like a rhetorical thing. And I understand the point she was making. She's saying crime statistics are low in my area, and she's trying to use like an anecdote to try to say like, hey, I understand the situation. It makes sense generally to use anecdotes to try to drive points home. But again, the general rhetoric of like, well, you have a safe town, this thing couldn't have happened, is invalidating to some survivors, right? And I know that she says, right, so somebody said she had numerous points where she says she's trying to be sensitive. I understand that. And this is where we come from action versus intention. So the action is that she's trying to be very delicate of sexual assault survivors, because when you frame this correctly, you understand that Trisha, she invalidates sexual assault survivors, right? And so what Mysterious is trying to do is fight against that. However, the intention is very positive, but sometimes some of these actions can end up having the negative impact of invalidating sexual assault survivors. Not all of them, not everybody has the same experience. But just as there's people saying that, no, it doesn't invalidate sexual assault survivors, because I'm one in my chat, there has been a slew of people saying like, yes, I'm a sexual assault survivor, and this invalidates my experience. And this is something that you guys have to understand. What's up? Okay. This is what I'm talking about, is an action versus intention type of a thing. And it's a very delicate line to cross. The thing is like, for me, there's quite literally, when you guys are trying to say that I'm intentionally misrepresenting Mysterious T's perspective, I want to ask you why. What's your narrative? Do you think that I'm in Trisha's pocket? Do you think Trisha's paying me money to do this? Because then I think that you are gone down quite a conspiracy hole. So I'm just saying, yeah, just trying to double down on his argument. This is what I'm saying. I've been consistent across every single video in this scenario. I've been consistent about this particular thing, about these invalidated sexual assault survivors. I've never had a different perspective on it. And the problem is you guys don't watch my videos. You watch it for a confirmation bias if it's something that you like when it comes to Trisha, because you guys hate Trisha so much that you kind of throw everything out the window. And that's the problem, because I've been consistent in this point from the beginning. From the very beginning, I've always been like, yeah, this is invalidating to sexual assault survivors, right? You're trying to defend people who are easily triggered and sensitive. I just feel like, again, that's literal rape apologist rhetoric, telling that we shouldn't. Bro, I have to be. I'm a little mind blown that your perspective is, hey, it's, dude, I'm flabbergasted, man. I can't believe you'd say, like, so your point is that there are people who were raped that are too sensitive about their rape. Is that your perspective? Because you're dumb, if that's your perspective. I'm sorry, and you're just a stupid fucking idiot. I'm just you're an absolute dipshit moron, specifically to that commenter. That's a really dumb brain dead take to have, that people who were raped are sensitive to their own rape. I'm sorry that you're an idiot. You should probably, I'm honestly, so I make a habit out of this, and I'm going to just ban you from the chat for it, because you're obviously a brain dead fucking nobody. But that's a bad perspective to have. So I'm going to ban somebody who thinks that from my chat, because I really don't want rape apologists in my chat, honestly. Yeah.
Much support to you and the charities. Thank you for giving us this out. Thank you for giving all this out to the charities. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for the super chat. And that'll be put to good use, I promise. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You guys are riling Mysterious T up. I could tell as I'm listening to
I don't know what's going on. I don't know why he's streaming my stream right now. It's just not cool, man.
It's kind of normal to do this. I don't know. See what I'm talking about. Mr. Raimi deserves no defense. No.
Hi, baby.
Hey, baby.
They didn't have any blowback.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Bro, I don't I mean, I went off like on a whole like 5-minute talk about how Mysterious T was trying to validate survivors through calling Trisha out, but that little bit of rhetoric was negative. So yeah.
He's not doing anything.
See, that's true. Yeah. I'm just doing commentary.
I don't know what's going on. I just don't like people streaming my stuff when I'm like in the middle of a live, and I'm not lying about anything. I just commented on the situation, and I said that I really respect him, and that he's fine with the opinions. It's all good. I just don't like it when people say stuff I didn't say.
She's trying to change the subject. That's fine. I mean, I'm going to listen to it because I was brought up. I don't think so. This is something that people should understand. You're acting so shocked she's upset. Well, I'm not acting shocked. I know the reasons that she's upset. Like, I know Mysterious T's a little bit sensitive when it comes to online stuff. So I can tell that she's getting very, like, obviously, in my opinion, she's getting a little too worked up. But I understand why. People can be very toxic and you never know where these things go. So I'm sorry that she's getting riled up. But I also know that there's also an aspect is that Mysterious T's looking at her chat and she's believing the people in the chat. Like this person here is like, he's not doing anything. People are just trying to start drama. That's true. But a lot of times you get a blast of so much information that you kind of get like, you know, you get fucking upset at it. So, you know, and even in my chat, like, I want you guys to stay away from these like heavy criticisms of Mysterious T, because she's not intentionally doing something wrong. And I think you guys have to understand that there's action versus intent. Like, another thing too is, I guess what to understand is, like, when it comes to like the streaming thing, when you talk about someone else, I think it's a little bizarre that you would expect me to like pretend that it's a closed box where I can't walk in and say like, hey, look, you're talking about me about something. Like right now, I would talk about to Mysterious T about this topic, but not today. Specifically because I think that she's like a little frustrated and worked up. So this would be something to talk about either in private, or we could do a public stream and talk about it in general. I think that would be great. But not when somebody's in like the frame where she's getting really frustrated. Because even myself is that like I'm frustrated too, right? With the commenters or the people who are hopping over and trying to start shit. But I'm not gonna have like a meltdown again. But I know I'm in a frustrated stance right now. So I'm more even as it now, like I have like there's like a heat in my chest. I think if people would understand that. So like I couldn't talk to. I feel like if I talk to her, it might just get heated very quickly rather than having like a reasonable conversation. You know.
I'm like quiet. I'm trying to read your comments. I don't know what's going on. I'm just kind of.
Let me just.
Out of sorts right now.
You know.
As to why his opinion has changed.
Well, she did bring me up. So somebody asked her a question about me. And so, like, she brought me up. And so I skipped to the time where she brought me up, and then I started looking at it.
What do you mean, Alabama? Is he really streaming right now?
Yeah, I'm live on Twitch.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know why she's getting so heated about it, though.
You're live on his stream. Everybody's saying I'm live on his stream.
I'm just curious about what's going on right now. Yeah, it seems like she's trying to do some good with the charity, and then she's getting bested by all these drama channels and comments.
I don't want to start drama with anybody. I like.
Yo, that's a good point too. She probably feels like Papa Gut was an ally, and as somebody who is still fairly new to the internet fame and its toxicity. Yeah, that's becomes. You know, that's a good point, because I think. All right, I'm gonna time you out from the channel because you're going off about some Mysterious T, and like I need you to chill a little bit. Okay. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm gonna time you out. Okay. Yeah, I think that that's also like a good point. Is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know she's irritated about broadcasting her stream. I just don't think that she understands like the live stream landscape and stuff. And I think that it's reasonable to say like, hey, listen, if someone's talking about me, I have the right to react to it in some capacity.
I knew people were going to ask me about it, and that's my honest opinion on it. I don't know why. I don't really understand. I didn't say anything that was a lie or anything like that. I read comments that people were sending me, and that's what they said.
Yeah, and that's another problem too, is that she read comments. And in her defense, I understand, especially when you're like newer, I guess, to this, of like seeing a comment and going like, oh, this must be true. But there are a lot of people that comment that are trying to start drama. And I didn't even think about this, but there's also T channels probably in here, maybe smaller ones, because I'm a nobody. I understand that are like trying to spice it up, so for something to talk about. Yeah. And I know, like, she almost ended her live stream because of your stream, which is, it's a charity stream, and a lot of people wanted to see what was going on over here, and she was very upset. Sorry for the hate. No, I understand. That's the problem too, is that there are people that are like making the stream worse for her. Like my fans, I guarantee you, my fans aren't jumping over there and like having a meltdown about Mysterious T.
Like I really like him as a person. I really do. So I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like she's just kind of getting frustrated by some of the stuff.
He's explaining his opinion. You were live on his stream. His chat is reading this chat. All right, I think I'm just gonna end the stream. It's just really awkward. Somebody streaming while I'm streaming. It's just distracting. I just really wanted to talk to you guys. I don't want to create any drama between anyone. I really like Papa Gut. I really do. Like I said, I just don't like when people say stuff I get to say. And that was a comment that I seen that somebody sent me, and that was the only thing that I really have to comment on with the video. And I didn't watch the full video of him reacting to it. And I did DM him and said, you know, I respect that your opinions have changed. And I told him I appreciate all the support that he's given me, like from the beginning of all this, because I do. I really, really appreciate it a great deal. And I don't want to start drama with anyone. This is why it's like so awkward, because I knew like people were going to ask me about it, and you know, I can't just ignore people asking about it. And the couple things that I seen that about the mama.
I like somebody who jumped in and it's like, and you're laughing at her? Cool, Papa Gut. Like you guys are really crazy, man. You guys are crazy. I popped in. I'm laughing because like I'm not laughing because like to make fun of her. Like I laugh when I get nervous a little bit. The situation's like ridiculous. People are making everything worse. Let's see. What does this say? What is this? You know, people are making it. I don't know what to tell you. So it's like I'm like, oh my god, this is like ridiculous, because people are trying to make it a problem that doesn't exist.
Gut stream. You know, those were the two things that people were sending me a lot of stuff about. Was those two things, and I don't really understand why
it's not showing up.
Said, if it was said, and that's all I really have to say about it. You know, it's cool that they have different opinions. I respect other people's opinions, and it's perfectly fine. I just don't like when people say stuff that I never said.
Oh, really? It didn't go through? I'll figure it out. Mysterious isn't really capable of handling live streams well. I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think that, like, so Mysterious, the problem is that when I first live streamed, I didn't have a bunch of fucking dickheads trying to cause drama. That's really what it comes down to. But this is what the problem is that there's like a minority of her chat. I mean, I'm sure it's a small amount of people watching that are like trying to like jerk off a confrontation. That's the problem. It's the T channel. Yeah, it's people who are very unsatisfied with their own lives and they want to try to make other people's lives worse. Yeah. What is this? What is this? Is it a donation? What's happening here?
He's not live anymore. Okay.
I am live. I've been live.
I don't get it. Like I don't get it. There was so much being said about me. Like the minute I comment on it, I just don't understand. Like I don't get it at all. There was so much that I saw, and I'm fine with it. It's fine.
Does she get upset a lot during them? I don't think it's her though. Well, I mean, maybe part of it's her being a little sensitive, but I think that it's just the audience that she like. When I first started streaming on Twitch, I attracted like I have played video games and stuff, so I had like a fun audience of usually like younger people. We would play like fucking Among Us and shit. And then I slowly transitioned into commentary, and like even now, my Twitch is smaller. I have a Twitch audience, right? Then most of the T people don't feel like downloading the Twitch app, so. I don't have like the toxic people.
Yeah, I wanted this to be like a chill stream, all good, everything's fine. I just don't. Okay, they're saying he's on Twitch streaming it right now.
It's true. See, even now, people aren't downloading the Twitch just to come see me, bro. Come on, bro. Where's the love? Come over here.
I don't understand. Sorry, I'm being really quiet. I'm trying to read your comments. Like I don't want to end the stream, but it feels awkward like somebody's streaming at the same time I am. That's all the comments are saying. You know what I mean? I'm trying to take a deep breath. I was like, I don't know why, like tonight, I was just so, when I got on here, I was nervous. I just figured something was going to happen. And I don't know why I'm so nervous tonight. It's just been a while since I streamed, and I just wanted this to be a good stream about the charities and stuff like that. And
What I would have probably done, I mean, like, listen, I understand it's a charity stream. What I would have said is, like, you know, if somebody's asking you a question that, you know, it's going to be a little bit confrontational, because that's what happened, you probably should have just like, oh, I'm not going to answer that. Like, you have a right to answer that, but like, of course, I want to, if somebody, of course, people are like, oh, Papa got, you know, mysteriously this. I'm like, okay, let me go check it out. Like, I'm curious, you know?
Yeah. I just wanted to hang out with you guys, answer your questions, that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty normal to stream other people's streams, though, I feel. So.
We all appreciate you. He's goofy. You're amazing.
All right, let's see if we get through any more questions that are Papa God related.
Like, please, like, look at the situation as a whole. Like, I didn't make 4 hours of content for people to hone in on 10 minutes of the content, because I said so many times, like, I drew all my conclusions from all the footage that I put in those episodes.
Yeah, and that's one of the criticisms would be, is like, hey, you had 4 hours of your content. What would have been 10 minutes removed from it, you know? I
didn't work my ass off on those episodes just to draw the conclusion Mr. Art was a good guy, so there's no way he could have done this. I would have never.
So let me just see. I think we got the gist of it at this point.